I think it has been understood that the problem here is a deficiency in character with people operating under the cover of sovereign immunity. Because when I sent the rules of Space Hawk, there were two versions. One version I sent to four senators, including one, two, three senators on the Senate Intelligence Committee. And then the other version I sent to the people I had gone to class with at my School of Non Destructive Testing. Now, in the one for NDE, for Beering, the people that I went to school with, I said specifically, there was a specific rule that said no sexual activity is to be engaged when one is being availed of the benefits of Space Hawk. I was either naive or strategic or both when I did not put that very specific clause in the one I sent to the Senate. As far as I believe, I did not put in what I sent to the Senate that specific information about no sexual activity. I believe that that was in the version that I sent to the classmates. Later, I do understand that was very specific. My understanding was that the Senate, and not just the Senate, but that various national security operations, including the National Space Council, got a hold of it. And they thought it was hilarious because you don't understand what the Treaty on Open Skies is about. That it is about specifically using acts of sexual exploitation as a way to try to vertically recruit people into being blackmailed, into being intelligence assets. I had a personal treaty. I was not going to cooperate with any efforts to try to blackmail or extort me into cooperating with illegal activity. By virtue of the fact that others had attempted to try to entice me into agreeing to cooperate with criminal activity that would violate the laws of any number of nations they were trying to get me to agree to cooperate against, including my own. They had already acknowledged that they had not allowed me to be put through an appropriate chain of command or authentication within my own country. I had a right to express my sovereignty, and I was an exemplar of how to so engage. I witnessed other people who may or may not have had actual American citizenship or been born citizens of the United States that were treated in a similar manner without their informed consent and without engaging in any explicit means by which to protect themselves. We have a right to organize, and if you're trying to extort us into agreeing to commit terrorism or other illegal activities, especially if it's under the auspices that somehow we're intelligence, there are rules. And you have a right to say, I will not allow you to sexually extort me into being able to be invisibilized as your intelligence asset. So, this is the situation we are in. It would seem then anybody in Congress or the Senate or anybody in the federal government of the United States of America that got a hold of the rules of Space Hawk and decided that they were going to try to use it in acts of sexual extortion was absolutely 100% unqualified to have anything to do with Space Hawk. And if they didn't understand that they were precluded from trying to extort someone into sexual activity, then this reveals a very serious character flaw with members of the American national security apparatus. And it should be addressed appropriately. There's no reason why anybody else should feel obligated to anything about being sexually enticed or extorted under the auspices that it's somehow intelligence work. It's not. Any actual competent intelligence work can be performed without sex. And I contend if sex is a condition of being considered intelligence or security, it's neither intelligence nor security, and it has no appropriate place in an actual civil or national security establishment. It should be a private matter. It's not even about whether you agree or desire to commercialize it. Prostitution's illegal. Sex trafficking is illegal. Period. You shouldn't be allowed to get money to try to recruit people to engage in acts of sex terrorism. Period.